What's going on, everybody? Has there ever been a better time to buy vintage cards? I'm starting to think that we might be in the best time ever. We're going to talk about that here in this episode and in just a second. But first, I wanted to show you a couple of things that were sent my way. First, I've got a quad auto card, a quad auto rookie card right there of the four collectors. Thank you to the four collectors guys for sending that to me. Really appreciate that. Now, my buddy Brent is, he sees this hurricane barreling down on the Houston area where he is. And what does he do? Does he take shelter? No, he sends me off a package. So what did he send me? Now, first, he has created his own slabs. So it's super cool that these gifts are in those. But I have talked recently about one of the gifts that means a lot to me that somebody sent me was a 1933 Sport King of a man with his dog, his lead sled dog, and how it's like the only major release card with a guy and his dog. And it was sent to me after I lost my dog a while back. And somebody sent me a note that said on the back of one of Scottie Pippen's cards, he has a dog. Well, Brent sent me this. It's a Shohei Ohtani card in the Brent slab, which has a lot of similarities to the 84 Donner set, obviously. How cool is that card of Shohei and his dog? So that was super cool. So Brent, thank you. And then he also sent me another Topps Now card of a card I recently talked about being at the event, which is the Jeter flip play. I was at that game with my dad, and here is a numbered Topps Now Jeter flip play card. That is just a beautiful card, which Jeter said that he thinks he's seen that highlight more than any highlight of his whole career, which I think we probably all have. And the fact that if you were to kind of take where Jeter is facing right in that picture and go up to the second deck, that's right about where we were sitting, which is amazing. So Brent, those were awesome. And then one more gift I wanted to show. My buddy David sent this to me. He recently went to the Hall of Fame. And if you go to the Hall of Fame library, they have archives of all sorts of different things in the library that you're allowed to go through. And one of the things he found was this amazing print, this picture of Mickey Mantle and a very young Ernie Banks. And what you can do if there is a picture, a photograph at the Hall of Fame that you're interested in, you can have them make a copy from their archive. And on the back, they put a sticker saying that the picture is from the Hall of Fame archives. And so this picture was sent to me, which is absolutely beautiful, two of my favorites of all time. So that was an amazing gift as well. So I wanted to do a quick shout out for those. Now again, the way that I started this is where we're gonna head now. Has there ever been a better time to buy vintage cards? And you know, I think the answer would be, well, it kind of depends on what the vintage cards are. Has there been a better time to buy high grade cards? Maybe. Has there ever been a better time to buy commons? Maybe, probably not. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to look at some sales of cards from the 1960s, from the month of June, and look at what they're selling for. Now, I've been doing this once a month now for, I don't know, 7 or 8 months. And when I started doing this, you were never going to see a Hank Aaron or a Willie Mays or a Roberto Clemente or some of those big names. Those cards did not show up when I went over some of the highlighted sales from the month. And this month, truly the whole month blew my mind. Now, why? Why is so much great stuff of big time players selling for so cheap? I think part of it has to do with the National coming up. I think a lot of collectors, I mean, tens of thousands of people are about to converge on Cleveland. And some of us that are attending have been saving our money, not buying much, so we have a budget for the National. Now, if you take tens of thousands of people out of the marketplace, and it leaves a void, and part of the void is the prices that things sell for because there's less competition. So the people that aren't attending or even are attending the National, my strong advice over the next week or so before the National, and then even week after the National, is I would look as much as I've ever looked, I would look at buying on auctions right now. Because the market is obviously soft a little bit compared to where it was. But there's a lot of people who are doing a buying freeze. And if there are a lot of people not participating in the market, that means the people who are have a great advantage. I think these 40 cards that you're about to see are incredible buys for under $50. Absolutely incredible. And then we'll look at 10 Moonshot, big cards that were purchased during the month. And I'll be honest there, the Moonshots are not quite as extravagant in most cases as they've been in past months. Now, why is that? Again, I think it's because it's a great time to buy, because a lot of people have stopped buying as they're saving up to build up their reserves to bring to the National. Let's take a look at 40 awesome purchases from the month of June under $50 and 10 big time purchases from June for well over $50. Let's take a look. All right, let's start right off with the 1960 Topps Whitey Ford in an SGC 6. That's a beautiful copy of that card. It's a gorgeous card, and it's under $50 for one of the best left-handed pitchers of all time. It's, to me, kind of crazy. How about a 1964 Willie Mays? Now, a Willie Mays card was not found under $50 very often, especially one as early as a 64. This one is in an SGC 3.5, and it's pretty darn well centered. For under $50, again, there's $15 in plastic there. Sandy Koufax, that's another guy you didn't used to see under $50. And this is a beautiful 66 Topps Sandy Koufax in an SGC 3 for $49.50. Look at the color on that card. That is a beautiful card that I think would look good in anyone's collection. I still don't understand why second-year Bob Gibson cards are so cheap. This is second-year Bob Gibson, one of the most dominating pitchers of all time, and it's a PSA 4 for $49. Now, again, this one's a PSA, which is $20 to $25 to grade, and the card is $49. We got another Willie Mays, this time a 67 Topps Willie Mays. Again, decent centering, decent eye appeal on the PSA 3 for $49. That's a great picture of Willie as well. But we're seeing Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, and you're going to see a lot more big names, Bob Gibson. I mean, it's just crazy. Now, this one stuck out to me. You got an early George Blanda. So this is a 61. It's a PSA 8, and it's a newer grade. PSA doesn't give a lot of 8s to cards nowadays from the early 60s for $48. How about a 61 Fleer Johnny Unitas in a 4.5, well-centered card? That's the one year that Fleer made that set. There's some cool cards in it. Bart Starr, Johnny Unitas. There's a really cool Jim Brown in there as well. Some awesome cards in that set. $48. How about a 68 Topps Roberto Clemente, our first Clemente sighting and this is an SGC 4. It's a really good-looking card for $47.46. Again, when I started doing this 6, 7, 8 months ago, you wouldn't see Clemente cards. Now you're seeing Clementes in 4s. Now, this Ernie Banks card is really cool. It's really well centered. It's a PSA 6, but I love the color match there with the light blue background against his blue Cubs hat. That's a gorgeous card. If you're a Willie Mays fan, which I am, that would be a good card to add for $47. How about a 1966 Topps Pete Rose? This is in an SGC 4, really well-centered copy of it, for $46. $46. Now, we're 10 cards in. We haven't seen our first mind-blowing pick. Again, I picked 5. These have all been in consideration. Well, guess what? The 11th card is, 1968 Topps Pete Rose in an SGC 5. And yes, there it is. My first mind-blowing pick of the episode. That's crazy. How about a really nice SGC 6.5 Carl Yastrzemski, also from the 68 Topps set. This is the third card we've seen from this set. We saw the Clemente, just the Rose, and now the Yastrzemski. It's a gorgeous card in a 6.5. How about our first Hall of Fame rookie card? A Jim Palmer rookie card. If you line up his stats against other pitchers, he is right there with the all-time best, and his rookie card is $45. That one also is mind-blowing to me. And $45 for the PSA 4, but a well-centered copy of it. We got another 68 Topps, this time a Roberto Clemente All-Star, for $44.01 in an SGC 5. I suppose the centering is a little off there, as you can see, but the corners are really sharp. The image is really nice. I try to pick centered cards, but that one was too good to pass up. How about a 69 Willie Mays? So we've seen multiple Willie Mays cards now. I think this is maybe the third one. And this is an SGC 3 for $44 from the 1969 set. Again, Willie Mays, considered by some to be the all-time best all-around player. Now we've got a Hank Aaron card, our first Hank Aaron from the 61 set. Also that MVP subset that the Topps company did in the 61 set. And this was $43.89 in an SGC 4. Again, I think that's a gorgeous card. I almost bought a 5 of that, a few months ago, and it was a lot more expensive than that. We got another Willie Mays, 1968 Topps Willie Mays in an SGC 4 for $43.89. Now, who says you have to be rich to collect vintage cards? You can buy Willie Mays, Hank Aaron. You could buy Clemente and Koufax, all for under $50. How about this 1967 Topps Clemente? Again, this one's maybe a little OC. Well, it is OC side to side. But it's $43, and it is in a PSA 4 holder. So the centering is one of the reasons it's just a 4. So other than that, the card is pretty nice. How about our second Johnny Unitas card? This time we have a 67 Philadelphia, the second year of those Philadelphia cards, 66 and 67. This is the yellow border 67 set. I love that image of him. That his face mask cracks me up. $42.51 on the Johnny Unitas in a 5.5. Now we got another Sandy Koufax, another card from the 1960 Topps set. This is a 2.5, but it's Sandy Koufax, and remember, his rookie card is 55. So this is still, in the first half of his career for $42 for the SGC 2.5. We got another Hank Aaron. This time a base card from the 68 Topps set. $41.99 for the PSA 3. Tough set to find centered. This one is a little OC, but it's not awful. And again, Hank Aaron base cards are showing up at this point for under $50. I really like this image of the 63 Topps Roger Maris. It's a tough set with the color border on the bottom, hard with the edges and the corners there, but this got a SGC 5 for $41.65 for the Roger Maris card, still in a Yankee uniform. And then we see another Willie Mays. I never in a million years thought we'd see this many Mays cards in 1 month that are these nice for under $50. And yes, the centering even makes it a mind-blowing choice for me for sure. That is a terrific card for $41. Duke Snider's a guy that seems undervalued by the hobby. This is a 1960 Topps Duke Snider. His rookie card comes from the 1949 Bowman set. So this is about 11 years into his career. But it's a PSA 5, and it's super sharp and super well-centered. And for $41, that seemed like a steal. We got another Willie Mays. This is crazy, the Willie Mays stuff. And a well-centered one. It is a PSA 2.5, but it has pretty decent eye appeal. And it's $40.26. Again, guys, keep in mind, to send a card into PSA to get graded, it's $20 to $25. So we're looking at a $15 card here. Now this one, we got another Hall of Fame rookie card. We got the Raleigh Fingers rookie card in an SGC 5. And that is a super sharp looking card. And it is $40 for a Hall of Fame rookie card. And that is another one that blew my mind. I mean, I don't understand how that could be that cheap. We got another Willie Mays, this time from the 62 set. It's his All-Star in an SGC 4. It looks from the image to be a pretty darn nice card. Pretty sharp corners. It's under $40. $39. So somebody bought this at a card show, sent it in, got it graded. Man. All right, how about the 60 Topps Jim Cott? So we have another Hall of Fame rookie card. And the Jim Cott is $37. So we're buying Hall of Fame rookie cards for $40, $37. The third Hall of Fame rookie card we've seen. Now this is a famous card, the 63 Topps NL Home Run Leaders, because it's got 5 Hall of Famers on it. And it's a PSA 4. Again, this is a really tough set, and this one's pretty well centered. This set is tough to find centered and tough to find with good corners, and it is just $36.07. How about another Clemente? This time a 62 Topps base card in an SGC 3. I zoomed in on this one when I was going through picking these, and this is a pretty sweet looking card for $36.05. Already graded, already protected, already authenticated. Now we saw that 61 Fleer set earlier with the Johnny Unitas, and here is the Bart Starr. It is in an SGC 5. It's really well centered. This set is really tough to find centered, so it should carry a premium. Well, this one sold for $36. Football cards this month stuck out to me as being super cheap. Speaking of, here's a 64 Philadelphia Johnny Unitas in an SGC 6. Now, that is a really well-centered card. It's a 6. It's $35. I will note that this one came from Canada, so the shipping was a little bit more. The shipping was about $8, so that could be part of the reason it sold for so little. The 1960 Topps Harmon Killebrew in an SGC 5. Really well-centered copy, really sharp copy, $35. His rookie card is in the 1955 Topps set. So again, this is pretty early on in his career. How about a Larry Zonka rookie card? He's signing at the National. I actually have been thinking maybe I should buy his rookie card since it's only $34. Crack it out and have him sign it. This seems like that would be a cool keepsake. Well, it was $34 for this SGC 5 Larry Zonka. How about another Roberto Clemente base card, this time from the 69 set? I can't believe that an SGC 4 from the 1969 Roberto Clemente is $33.66. Okay, yeah, it's $4.25 or whatever for shipping. You're still well under $40. Again, more football.
Football, for whatever reason, seems cheap. Maybe it's because it's in the off season. Maybe because the Nationals coming. But this is the 1960 Topps. This is his fourth card. And it is an SGC 3, and it was $33 for Bart Starr's fourth card. How about Willis Reed? We got a Hall of Fame basketball player, rookie card. So we have another Hall of Fame rookie card. An SGC 5, $31. I mean, I could have had 15 mind-blowing picks this month. That's wild to me. Now here's a card that's interesting. The 1960 Topps Yankee team card in a 6.5. That's a really nice card from 1960. A 6.5 is a really, really nice card. $29. Yes, that blew my mind. On that picture, you've got Berra, Mantle, Maris, Whitey. I mean, it's crazy. We've got another Hall of Fame rookie card, this time Wes Unseld. The guy was a monster rebounder. An SGC 5 of his rookie card is $23.50. So it was $15 to grade it. So the card part is only $8.50. How about the 1969 Topps Johnny Unitas in an SGC 4.5? And that actually seems like a harsh grade when you take a close look at the card. The edges look pretty darn nice for a card that sold for $22.28. That was a wild month of cards under $50. So let's take a second and look at some big moonshot cards. All right, here we go. The 1967 Topps Rod Carew in an SGC 8. It sold for $1,780. So this is a high number. This is a Rod Carew rookie card, and this is a high grade. How about a Pete Rose rookie card in an SGC 7? Again, I've mentioned a couple of times how tough that 63 Topps set is. Well, the Pete Rose is a very popular card in that set, and it sold for $4,250 in the SGC 7. How about a 1967 Venezuelan Roberto Clemente? Now, it's a PSA 1.5, but these things are really rare. And I know a lot of people who are player-run collectors, who are Venezuelan collectors. When these things come up, you got to grab them because they don't come up often. This sold for $4,395. Now, for some of us, the ultimate basketball card is the 61 Fleer Wilt Chamberlain. It is his rookie card. It's a PSA 6, and this set is notorious for being way off center. This one's got decent centering and sold for $5,112. How about a Johnny Bench rookie card? The best catcher of all time. His rookie card in a PSA 9. And it sold for $5,300. The pop report on Johnny Bench rookie cards in 9s and 10s is not that high. It's tough to get a high grade this year. How about the 65 Topps Hank Aaron in a PSA 9? When a high grade copy comes up, they go for a lot because they just don't come up that often. And this sold for $5,488.99 for the PSA 9 1965 Topps Hank Aaron. How about another card of Wilt Chamberlain from his rookie year? This is the In Action series. So they had In Action and the regular base card. This In Action of the 61 Fleer Wilt Chamberlain is a PSA 9 and sold for $14,500. Really hard to pull 9s because the centering is so tough that year. We got a 1969 Topps Reggie Jackson rookie card in a PSA 8.5 that sold in auction for $14,688. And look at how well centered that card is. Beautiful copy of that card. How about a 64 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 9? It sold for $23,655. That's a great picture of Mickey Mantle. It's an older graded flip, as you can see on the slab up at the top, but it is still a gorgeous card. And our last card of this episode is a 1960 Topps Mickey Mantle in an SGC 9. That thing looks packed fresh, is super well centered, and sold this month in a buy it now best offer for $26,000. What did you think of these deals? Why are things selling for so cheap? Is it because of the National, or is that just where we are in the market right now? Let me know your thoughts and what your picks would be.